I need a community of other women leaders for me to be the best version of myself, especially as a woman in leadership.
A fantastic conference. There's so many wonderful people to connect and network with, really enjoying presenting as well, and such a warm welcome. Alongside the formal workshops, it's also the conversations that are taking place around the tables, within the workshops, and sharing those experience and best practice.
Being able to really lean on each other and create these networks. We really need these networks. We need to galvanize each other because there's so many urgent needs out there. If we want to be able to create opportunities for ourselves, sometimes that has to come from us initiating that. We can't expect for others to do it for us. So if we are in positions of privilege, being able to pull others up. If we are, for example, we see others who have the ability to rise, to then encourage them to do so.
Just having a better understanding of our students' backgrounds and experiences that they bring to school and making sure that they're seen and heard for who they are and their identities.
So if you're secure in knowing your own identity, then you're able to help the others, whether they're 3 years old or they're 15 years old.
We've been thinking about how we can include students and staff who maybe identify in a different way that isn't seen as culturally acceptable, but the way in which we can maybe do that in school.
Particularly focusing on understanding the need to recognize different students' identities and bring that into the frame and build much more of an inclusive culture and be more aware of that inclusivity that's needed within our very classroom spaces.
Listening to them more, listening to their narratives, listening to their story, giving them a place where they feel comfortable and that they can show up. We as educators have the power to bring change for the students that we engage with.
I think one of the things that I've realized that's important for students is for me to give them opportunities to tell their stories that help them understand their identity, stories that they can share with others so others can understand their identity.
Being seen and that they have their worth and being supported, it transcends towards the students that they teach. So that's what I'm going to do when I go back to Lima. Give a welcoming environment for the children where their identity can be seen, making sure that there are representations in different ways so that the children in my care can relate to what they see around them, because that will definitely help them get to know more of their identity. And that's our role as teachers as well.
Like really exploring our identities first and how that kind of empowers us to be more inclusive and build a safe space that affirms other people's identities.
It's not just about how it influences how I feel about myself as a leader. It's about how we can influence other women about how they feel about themselves as a leader.
A lot of the time in a very busy school schedule, teachers don't get the opportunity to get to know each other on a deeper level. And I think by exploring our identities, it can help us to connect and to relate to each other.
I think it's really important when the school, especially me in HR, to create a platform where people can be firm with their identity and everyone will be able to learn from each other because of that. It's something that I would like to take back home and try to incorporate in our school.
As women, we need to hold each other up. I think we need to be strong advocates of each other. I think we need to believe in ourselves, perhaps a little bit more than we do.
Giving me the motivation I need and also giving me the confidence to go for it and also be okay with the outcome.
So giving you that validation to just go ahead and have a go. If you think you've got most of the parts, give it a go.
It just empowers me and gives me confidence to keep going, to not second guess myself.
Just rediscovering my why as an educator. That's to create a culture of acceptance, respect, and celebration of differences.
I feel like there are so many lessons that extend beyond gender actually and apply to various cultures and other aspects of identity. What you can do is be a place or be a person where having those conversations is safe and welcome. I think it's made me rethink about how I come across as a leader to everybody so that I'm approachable no matter what your situation is, and particularly for people with whom I don't have similar situations.